every country, nearly every country in the world is doing it at an unprecedented level. In Japan, head of the Bank of Japan says he will print unlimited. That's his word.
Do you want to make money by investing in the future? Do you want to learn from a successful and famous investor who has been there and done that? If yes, then you need to listen to Jim Rogers, who says that China and Singapore are the next best destinations to invest your money. Jim Rogers is a famous American investor and writer who lives in Singapore. He is known for his success in investing in different countries and markets around the world. He also likes to travel and explore new places. One of his main ideas is that China and Singapore are the best places to invest your money in the future. He thinks that these two countries have a lot of potential for growth and development, and that they will become more important and influential in the world economy. Rogers is known for his investment acumen and his bullish outlook on China and commodities. He moved from New York to Singapore in 2007. So, his two children could learn Mandarin, indicating his long-term positive view of Asia. In terms of his investment strategy, Rogers emphasizes the importance of knowledge. He advises people to invest only in areas they are knowledgeable about. This principle has guided his own investment decisions. For example, since 2005, he has been investing in Chinese B shares, H shares, Hong Kong shares, and China concept stocks. Rogers is also famously bullish on Singapore. He believes that Singapore is a great place to invest, and he has put his money where his mouth is by moving to Singapore and raising his family there. In addition to his investments, Rogers is also an author and has written several books on investing. His latest book, Street Smarts, reveals more about his investment strategies and his views on global finance. Rogers' investment philosophy is not just about making money. He believes in the importance of education and advises parents to prioritize their children's education. He also emphasizes the importance of having a home and adequate insurance before starting to invest. Some of the reasons why he believes that China and Singapore are the best investment destinations. China is the most populous country in the world with more than 1.4 billion people. It also has the second largest economy in the world after the United States. China has been growing rapidly in the past few decades and has lifted millions of people out of poverty. China is also a leader in many fields, such as technology, manufacturing, trade, and infrastructure. China has a lot of natural resources, such as coal, oil, gas, and metals, that it can use to power its economy. China also has a rich and diverse culture, history, and geography that attracts many tourists and visitors. Singapore is a small island nation in Southeast Asia, with about 5.7 million people. It is one of the most developed and prosperous countries in the world, with a high standard of living, a strong education system, a stable political system, and a low crime rate. Singapore is also a global hub for finance, business, trade, and innovation. Singapore is a strategic location, as it is situated near important shipping routes and markets such as India, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Singapore also has a multicultural and multilingual society, with people of different ethnicities, religions, and languages living together harmoniously. China and Singapore can be beneficial for investors due to several reasons. Number 1. Economic powerhouses. China is the world's second largest economy, with a gross domestic product (GDP) of around US $18 trillion. It has the largest population in the world, making it a potentially massive market for companies and investors. Singapore, on the other hand, has a thriving economy based on free trade policies with numerous trade partners. It is one of the largest import and export economies. Number 2. Stable and growing markets. China's economy has been on a nearly 40-year growth trajectory. Despite global contractions, China's growth rate stands out, indicating its economic resilience. Singapore's stock market is also substantial, providing a conducive business environment for investors. Number 3. Investment opportunities. Both China and Singapore offer plenty of investment opportunities. China has two main stock exchanges, the Shanghai Stock Exchange and the Shenzhen Stock Exchange, forming about $14.37 trillion in market capitalization. This could be an attractive investment opportunity for those who believe that the Chinese stock markets are undervalued or that the market capitalization of the Chinese stock markets would eventually catch up to its GDP impact on the global economy. Singapore's market is also huge, with a market capitalization of roughly $7 billion. Number 4. Trade relations. This makes China an important China is Singapore's largest trading partner, with $164.3 billion in merchandise traded in 2021 market for Singapore investors due to its significant impact on their economy. Number 5. Attractive for foreign investors. Foreign investors are keen on making investments in Chinese stock markets due to the size of the Chinese stock market and its growth potential. Similarly, Singapore has attracted affluent Chinese investors looking for alternative places to store their wealth thanks to its large Mandarin Chinese-speaking community and the absence of a wealth tax. The economic strength, stability, growth potential, and investment opportunities offered by China and Singapore make them attractive destinations for investors. However, like any investment, it's important to thoroughly research and understand the market conditions and risks involved before investing. Jim Rogers thinks that both China and Singapore have some advantages over other countries, such as they are both open and friendly to foreign investors and offer many opportunities and incentives for them to do business and make profits. They have low taxes, flexible regulations, efficient governments, and supportive policies for entrepreneurs and innovators. They are both connected and integrated with the rest of the world and are part of many regional and global organizations and agreements such as the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, the Belt and Road Initiative, and the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership. They also have good relations and partnerships with many other countries, especially in Asia, Africa, and Europe. They are both adaptable and resilient to changes and challenges and are able to overcome difficulties and crises such as the COVID-19 pandemic, the trade war, and environmental issues. They are also able to learn from their mistakes, improve their systems and strategies, and embrace new trends and technologies such as artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and renewable energy. Jim Rogers has been investing in China and Singapore for a long time, and he has seen the results and benefits of his decisions. He has also visited these countries many times and has learned a lot about their cultures and lifestyles. He has even moved to Singapore with his family and has taught his daughters to speak Mandarin, the official language of China. He believes that China and Singapore are the next best destinations to invest your money because they have the potential to become even more successful and influential in the future and to offer more rewards and opportunities for investors who are willing to take risks and explore new possibilities. When talking about Jim Rogers, he was born James Beland Rogers Jr. on October 19, 1942, is a well-known American investor and financial commentator who is currently based in Singapore. He's the chairman of a company called Beland Interests Incorporated. Rogers started his career on Wall Street at a firm called Dominick & Dominick after graduating from Yale University with a degree in history. He also holds a second BA degree in philosophy, politics, and economics from the University of Oxford. In 1973, Rogers co-founded the Quantum Fund and Soros Fund Management with George Soros. The Quantum Fund was one of the first truly global funds, and it gained 4,200% from 1973 to 1980, while the S&P advanced about 47%. Rogers is known for his contrarian approach to investing, which means he often invests in undervalued markets that others overlook. His investment strategies emphasize global macroeconomic trends, focusing on long-term investments in countries and industries poised for growth. In 1980, Rogers decided to retire and embarked on a motorcycle journey around the world. His journey covered over 100,000 miles across 6 continents and was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records. He wrote about his adventures and worldwide investments in a bestseller book called Investment Biker. Rogers also created the Rogers International Commodities Index, ICI, in 1998. He's an outspoken advocate of agriculture investments. Between 1999 and 2002, Rogers went on another Guinness-recognized journey through 116 countries, covering 245,000 kilometers with his wife Paige Parker in a custom-made Mercedes. He adopts a contrarian approach, investing in markets that are often overlooked by others due to their undervalued status. Rogers places great emphasis on global macroeconomic trends, focusing his investments on countries and industries that show promise for long-term growth. He is a firm believer in knowledge-based investing, insisting on investing only in areas he is thoroughly familiar with. Unlike many investors, Rogers does not advocate for diversification. Instead, he believes that wealth is accumulated through a narrow focus on the right investments. One of the unique aspects of Rogers' strategy is his approach to investing in entire countries. These strategies have played a significant role in his success as an investor. You have heard Jim Rogers' reasons why China and Singapore are the best places to invest your money. But what are the challenges and risks that you need to be aware of? How can you overcome them and make the most of your investment? Comment your thoughts on this and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.